That was it?
Yeah. Wait,
Okay.
was it on the same beat?
No.
Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to Moonday Debrief.
We're back.
Yay! Episode 5.
5.
5.
5. High five.
High five. Oh, one more time. Turkey.
What the
No, you have to hold it. No. High five. No. Turkey. Do you get it? It's like a turkey.
Band.
You know that one? Yes. Yeah.
That
5.
reminds me of a high five we did yesterday.
Oh, yes. We did do a high five yesterday.
Where was that?
I was running during the half marathon, and Austin, out of nowhere, was saying like, Gloria, 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 Gloria. And then I was running on the left side, and I crossed over to give you a high five.
Did I give you the high five, or did you give me the high five?
I think you were just recording, and then I like giving people high fives, so I probably held my hand out. And then I gave you and Alice a high five, but for some reason, your high five hurt like 100 times more, because you probably went like this.
That's how you high five.
I guess so, yeah. Well, yeah, sometimes when I high five, it also hurts because I have a ring on, so that's painful. But it's okay, it was this hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just needed to give you a boost, but maybe I just heard you say ow.
It was a little painful, but maybe it was a good boost, yeah. I noticed when I saw people like on the race, I would get a lot faster. But then I would also get tired, so yeah. But it was fun. I'm glad you came out to see the race.
Yeah, I'm really glad I could be there for you, and I can't understate enough how impressed I am with your training and how you did, and you ran the whole thing.
I know, it's kind of crazy. Like, okay, my training was like not as good as it was supposed to be originally, but I am very impressed that I basically ran the whole thing. I only walked when there were like water stations. And I told everyone I was gonna do a run-walk strategy, but I mostly ran.
But in your heart, did you think you were gonna run?
The whole thing?
Yeah.
No, I definitely was gonna be like, oh, if I'm too tired, like I'm gonna walk. And I thought for the uphill parts, I would just walk that part so I could be faster on the other parts. But I don't know, I ran up the hill. And somehow I was faster on the uphill than some of the flat ones, so I don't know.
Well, did you try harder? Because for me, when I have an uphill, I will run extra hard because I just want to be done with it.
Oh, yeah, I think that's part of it. And I don't know, I had more energy, I guess. I was like excited to like get over that part, yeah.
Did you hear your dad's words telling you to stop running if it hurts too much?
That was so funny. I thought that was like very funny advice, but I did not take his advice. I kept running, yeah. He's like, if it hurts, just give up. But I was like, no, I'm not going to give up, yeah.
Never back down.
Never back down, never.
What?
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I liked it. I don't like running, but it's just so nice to see like the energy of the crowd. And honestly, I'm like down to do it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I could be down again. I told myself never again, but I think like running just to run and not running not for a time is something I don't mind. Like running for the energy and to feel alive.
Well, you can also train and like hit a new PR.
I don't
do that.
I don't do it anymore because like in high school, I ran track and cross country, and it was so much about hitting a PR. And if you didn't hit a PR, it wasn't a good race. And if it wasn't a good race, then you're not improving. If you're not improving, well, your teammate's improving, and you're slipping down the rankings. And so it made me lose the joy of running.
Oh, very competitive mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. I feel like running is only fun if you take it like at your own pace. Because in the beginning, I definitely tried to push myself, and I was like, I want to be like 9 minute a mile. And then it was like the most painful thing ever. So I think being fast is like not as important.
Right.
Yeah.
I do respect people who go for a certain pace because it's proving to yourself that you can do something, that you can set a goal or dream of a goal that I'm sure you would never have dreamed of doing what you did yesterday. But showing yourself that you can do it.
Yeah, that's why next year I'm like, I want to hit like a sub, like maybe 2:15, which I feel like is doable with the training. But definitely for this first marathon, my only goal was to finish it. and I didn't even know how long I was gonna take. I was like, maybe I'll take 3 hours and 30 minutes, but I actually finished it in 2 hours and 30 minutes. So
Yay.
I think it's not terrible. And a lot of our frisbee friends actually finished around the same time. Like Melissa, Mung were a little bit faster than me. Hannah was around me, but I'm like, we can all run together. Like, it would be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you could do a few laps around us, like how you did in Run for Chinatown, but it'll be fun if we all like ran together.
Yeah, I think it's when you guys first started running, or when we used to run for Chinatown, you'd always be, we'd run maybe 2 miles and you would be like, oh, I need to walk, or
Yeah.
I can't do it. I was
Oh,
like,
it was
Laura,
so
you can do it.
painful.
You're talking, you're not breathing hard. I know you can do it.
No. But like that was when I was not a runner, so I didn't know what 2 miles meant.
Right.
Like I didn't even know how long we were running for. I just wanted to eat because like I know people eat after the run, but now I have a better sense of like all the runner like stuff. So I think like running clubs would be more fun now because I'm like, I don't know what pace we're doing. And for a Run for Chinatown, I always prayed for a stoplight because all I wanted to do is like stop running.
Right. But I think once you know your limit is further than you think it is, you'll never ever be scared by 4 miles again.
Yeah, it's not as scary. 4 miles is not as scary. I wouldn't do it at the pace that we ran for Run for Chinatown because I feel like we were still in a faster pace group. Like, at least you were. So I'm like, I'll take it slow. Slow is good.
Yeah, I don't mind slower too because as long as everyone's comfortable and everyone keeps running and they're not, oh, I give up and everything. I think it's cool that everyone can socialize together, and I do enjoy running as a social thing.
Yeah, it is fun. I think the only one unfun memory I do remember is when we were going down the bridge and someone told me once we passed this like pillar that I could walk, but for some reason we passed the pillar and everyone kept running, so that, you know, that was not fun. But besides that, it is always nice to run and then treat yourself to some food afterwards.
Right. It's like a celebration.
Yeah. We should do a run club.
Should we do a run club?
Yeah, even some of my coworkers are like mentioning that they want to do something like that. But yeah, I feel like a big part of why the half marathon was so fun this year was because there were so many people I knew from our frisbee club.
Yeah.
So like I keep looking at everyone's paces and seeing how they did, and you feel like connected, even though you're in like different waves too, because you're like, oh, they finished.
Yeah. I think one thing that's easy to think about is, so let's say I had 13 people on my Brooklyn half marathon tracker list.
13?
Yeah, I knew a lot of people. There was people after where I didn't know they ran it, and I was like, oh, I forgot you told me you were running it. And
Wow.
but obviously it orders them by their finish time because it's a ranking leaderboard, and you can see, oh, this person's faster, this person's slower, whatever. But it's actually more impressive to me knowing the people personally and saying, oh, this is their baseline, this is how they ran before, this was what their attitude is, and thinking how far they came and how they got there. And that's more impressive than saying, oh, even for myself, I don't think the half marathon was a great accomplishment for me because I knew I baseline, I'm a good runner. And I had run before, so I knew what it takes. So it doesn't take that much of a leap. It's not that much of a, wow, this is a life accomplishment for me. Whereas for you, I think this was so much more meaningful and so much more impressive.
Really? Oh, thanks. I mean, yeah, I've never run that distance or even tried to do anything like that. Just me and like a few others were like, let's do this. And I feel like I didn't train properly, but yeah, the mindset was good. The weather that day was really good too. And a lot of people came out to see like us. So yeah, it was very fun. And I really recommend it. I'm like talking to everyone about how like they should run and they should sign up. And I'm like, let's sign up for next year. And then actually like my TikTok and Instagram right now are all Brooklyn experience like TikToks. And I think it's because like the night before I was trying to figure out what to wear. So I kept being like Brooklyn half marathon like outfit or something. And now my entire feed is like running content. And it's so funny. Like it's like its own community and culture and humor. And I'm kind of learning about it.
Yeah, I love the Brooklyn experience half the most because it's not an official New York Roadrunners one. It doesn't count towards your 9+1. It's not the New York City Marathon, but it's the one where I feel like the most regular, normal people, this is my first ever half marathon. People do.
More fun.
It's more, I took that big leap versus, oh, it's a New York Marathon. It's like a long journey you took to get there, but you've been a committed runner. You know what it's like. But this one is, wow, let me just do it. I'm going to walk whatever it takes. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, more friendly. But I'm very surprised they give that to beginners where it's so flat in the beginning and then everyone just complains about the massive hill at the end. But maybe that's like intentional. I'm not sure. But it is a very, very nice accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you signed up, and if nothing else, for me to do that half to inspire a bunch of you guys to do it was really cool.
Yeah, I think so. It's like so inspirational to like see you do it and then to see me do it, and I think I'm trying to inspire other people to do it too. So we'll see, but yeah, I think right now running is a very positive thing, and as long as you don't push yourself too much, I feel like it could be a really fun like social activity.
I think it'll be fun next year to go watch the people that you inspired to do it.
I hope I inspired someone to sign up. I mean, like, people came to watch, like, oh, actually, some of my friends made, like, posters that were so nice, and they don't run. But I was telling them, like, oh, you should do it next year. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely inspired, Gloria, but I don't think I would run it. So hopefully I inspire someone enough to have them sign up and run.
I was talking to some of my improv classmates and telling them, oh, I did my improv show, did my class show, a bunch of my friends came out to watch, and somehow people were saying, oh, I don't think I can do that. They were interested in improv, but they think I don't think I can do that, and so they didn't sign up for improv. I was like, dang, I didn't inspire anyone to sign up for improv class. And they were saying, no, that's a good thing. If they watch you do improv and they thought, oh, that's easy, I can do that, and they sign up, then that means you didn't do that good.
Interesting mindset.
I don't think that's the right mindset, but...
I see. Yeah, I don't think I fully follow, but, you know, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you made it look so easy that they think they could do it too, and maybe that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, that's more my side. I think, I know some of our friend group is like entirely scared by the idea, and that's why they're not signing up, but I'm more on the side where I'm like, it inspires me, and honestly, I'm confident enough to like run my own improv show. And you can be like the starring guest in it, or the host, or the main person. I don't know.
I'll just prompt the word.
No. I mean, like, you took the class, so like you should be in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down.
You can be like your TA who was like showing up in every scene and like fixing things, because like you'll know more than the other people around. So we'll just have to do that sometime. But yeah, I think it's still inspirational in the end, no matter if people sign up or not.
I think so. I mean, first and foremost, it's for yourself, but the most special thing is all the people you do it with, even if they're cheering or they're running with you and you don't know them.
Yeah, so great, so nice. I recommend.
Yeah,
recommend both the half marathon and improv.
Yeah. Speaking of run clubs and forming a club.
Yes.
Is there another club we want to talk about today?
Yes, if you can see here today, we are here to talk about our frisbee club. Woo! Frisbee. Well, actually, this is a frisbee. I don't know if you knew, but this is a frisbee. Yes.
I forgot we got it signed. Jeez.
Yeah. So nice.
This is so sick, actually. We have so many names on here.
I know. We can show them this more later, but we'll leave it here for now. And yeah, we're here to talk about frisbee since Austin and I actually ran a frisbee club for some time.
Yeah, so first of all, before we start talking about frisbee club, why did you want to talk about frisbee on the pod?
Yeah, I feel like the entire frisbee club that we did is such a like big foundation of our friendship and like who we are as people. So I definitely wanted it to be one of the podcast episodes, and I feel like we have a lot to say about frisbee. We did it for 2 years, so a lot to talk about in both the first and second year.
Yeah, I think it's the topic we have potentially talked about most in our friendship.
That is true.
It made us so much closer as friends, and it's where all our debriefs come from.
I think that's where our debriefing like almost originated. Like we still did debrief before that, whether that's like we had some kind of Paga sleepover, some other activities like Thanksgiving stuff.
Right.
But Frisbee is when we were so committed to just like debriefing every single hangout we had. Like after we did Frisbee, we would go on call for like an entire hour doing like the whole process of debriefing. So it is a big inspiration of debriefing. And I guess now this podcast.
Yeah, I think so. I think it also is very emblematic of our friendship in that you can see how we work together in Frisbee, and that's how we work together as friends. And we do big things and weird things and cool things, and she is the ideas and I help her execute them. And so Frisbee is a really good microcosm of that.
Yeah, it's a very great combo actually. I feel like that's how a lot of like work like companies come together. Like they have that executor and more of this MBTI or energy and then maybe more of the ideation, but less stronger on the execution side. There's strengths and weaknesses to both, but basically together they come to like bring a whole thing to life. Whether that's like Frisbee or I guess now this podcast, it works very well. So yeah, very nice like working styles.
You see it says co-founder, and I think if we were in Y Combinator, you would be the CEO and I would be the CTO.
Why can't you be the CEO?
Because I think you're, like everyone looks to you as the head of Frisbee, the canonical head. Anything comes up, they'll ask you first. I want them to ask you first, and you call the biggest shots, and you're the ideas person.
I see.
And then I just execute for you.
Okay, CTO. Okay, I guess so. I would also like to be like CMO. I could be CMO. You could be CEO.
Usually the CEO does more product too, you know?
Oh, okay.
Marketing.
All right, yeah, I'll just tell everyone I'm CEO of Frisbee Club.
CTO.
CEO and CTO right here. So great.
Woo!
But yeah, I guess for the viewers, how did we get around to Frisbee? Or like before we talk about like what Frisbee Club like actually was, like what's the why? Like what was it like before we started Frisbee?
So you moved to New York in fall of 2023, and that's when we started becoming friends. And Frisbee started in April of 2024,
of
basically.
The next year.
Not very long after we became real friends, in my opinion. And I knew from talking to you initially that you were very big on bringing people together and building community and including people. And we both discussed that in New York, you know, in our new adult lives, we wanted to find a way to bring people together more and bring people closer to us and to other people. I feel like I had a background in running the Hong Kong Student Association at CMU, and that was essentially a social club masquerading as a cultural club, and you had run various clubs too in the past, right?
Yes. For a second when you said run, I thought you meant like running, but no, just like running the club.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Even at CMU, there were a few clubs that I was like running, leading. Yeah. I guess like the big one for me was like UXA, which like we've mentioned a few times, but that's like a big one, like design community for me. I also did lead some other things like Stuco, just basically teaching like a student-led class, and I mean like TA stuff, a lot of IS things.
Right. And her superpower is bringing people together.
Yeah, I feel like at CMU a lot of it was being in communities, and I just like talking to new people, and I get a lot of energy from other people, so I like being in like large crowds or big social circles. So I feel like naturally that led to this stuff.
Yeah, and for me, it's not something I'm naturally drawn to as a more introverted person, and not something that came natural to me. And I kind of got thrown in the deep end starting to run HKSA, but it's something I want to get better at, and something I honestly saw in you and I really admired.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, but I guess I was thinking for a second, I think the real inspiration for Frisbee Club could have been IS Hotel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think like we were mentioning that we wanted to start like a community and have people come together, have something like regular. So we talked about IS Hotel a lot, which is a fun idea.
Right.
And it just like kind of turned into Frisbee Club.
Yeah, I think was our version of a social club in New York for us to build adult friendships around something that was very common and easy for people to want to do. But it was still a thing, an activity. It's not just a social club just to be a social club.
And I think the biggest thing for me around that time is that I had just come back to New York after graduating. So I felt like my social circle was very small. Even though like I'm from New York and my high school friends are here, like there's plenty of CMU people in New York. I feel like I was complaining to you and Steph about like how it's hard to like maintain those social circles post-grad. So then that's why I was like, why is there no like community or organization or this environment that I'm looking for that I used to have so much in college? So I feel like that's also a big part of it.
Yeah, I was, I guess, an extra year into adult life. But I'm also from New York, and for me, it was, one, I kind of wanted to meet new people and find a way to integrate new people, a way to see people in more of a recurring way, to actually build a deeper friendship and actually form friend groups, rather than, oh, having singular people, how do I see all these people, who do I care more about? Or let's say you meet someone cool out in the city. For example, this weekend I met someone cool, but when am I going to hang out with him? When am I going to see him? I don't know. But if I meet someone cool, I can be like, hey, do you want to play frisbee? Come to my frisbee club. And that's kind of my way of extending an olive branch.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a good point. It's because like when you first meet someone new, like it's sometimes hard to find time or see them in another like natural setting unless they're like on your team, coworker, or like in the same class as you in college. So frisbee was a really great way to casually invite people to like a larger thing and be like, oh, if you want to like spend more time with me or get to know me, like come to this fun thing, which like I do, but also can like benefit you.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of reasons why we were thinking about starting something, not exactly frisbee, but we were thinking about like something big.
Do you remember what else we had in the drafts?
Before we came to frisbee
Yeah.
club? I mean, we throw around a lot of ideas, and I think it's like this one like sleepover thing that you held. People put out a bunch of ideas. Didn't someone mention like a cheese club?
Yeah, cheese club.
Yeah.
You had your, was it strawberry matcha, whatever?
Oh, I was part of this like other like organization where people who like matcha, I think, like come together and stuff. So that's how you meet new people. Yeah.
Right. We floated just maybe picnic, just board games. It's just hard to find something where, oh, a lot of people would like to do, or something where we don't have to rent out a space and we can bring as many people as we want together. So it had to be kind of outdoors.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember all the other ideas we threw around, but there were a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not like we started Frisbee Club and we're like, this is what we're gonna do. It just kind of naturally unfolded from like the very first time we decided to do this.
Right. So you sent me a text and said something along the lines of, in April, the weather is really, it was one of those early spring days where it was outrageously warm. And it was some weekday and you were like, do you want to get some people together to play frisbee and have a picnic?
Yeah, I think it was like just a few days before, or maybe like a week at most, because like, you know, like the weather, you can only see the precise weather like within a week. So it wasn't like that much in advance. It was just like, yeah, literally this like Monday or something, the weather was going to be so great. So I was like, let's just pull all of our friends who want to play, like just pull them all together. Yeah. And did I have a frisbee or did you have a frisbee?
I did not own a frisbee.
Okay, so it must have been mine.
You. Yeah.
Why do I have a frisbee?
Good question.
Yeah, I'm like not even sure why I had a frisbee because I'm not a big frisbee person. Like I didn't play frisbee like in school or that much before. Yeah, so I guess I had that lying around. The weather's great. Frisbee is very easy because you just need the single frisbee. So
Yeah.
I think that's all we did. We came together and we played frisbee.
Yeah. I think we had a little picnic blanket.
Did we have a picnic blanket?
Did
The
we?
first day?
You think we just played frisbee? We might have.
Honestly, I can't remember because now it feels like so long ago.
Wow.
I feel like the picnic blanket that I always brought around.
Someone, you lent it. You
Oh, I
it
borrowed
from
one.
Yeah.
I borrowed. Yes. Okay. I borrowed, I think, my roommate's picnic blanket. Yes.
Yes.
That sounds more right. Yeah. Shout out to Sunny Sun for lending her picnic blanket. We borrowed her blanket because the one that I used for Frisbee Club, like the big blue one, was not actually ordered until like much longer into the summer. Yeah.
And I never owned one until now.
Yeah. So we're just like grabbing all our materials together, like just telling people to show up.
Yeah. So you grabbed some of your friends, I grabbed a few of my friends, whoever, and I tried to make sure to grab random friends, not just here I'm bringing the whole friend group, because then it becomes a bunch of people where they all don't really even know each other, even if they're my friends and maybe even your friends. And so it was a small group, maybe like 7 or 8.
Yeah, it wasn't that many people. Maybe it was more of like a last minute thing, but people still showed up and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so. I think the vibes are really good.
And we got dinner nearby the park. We went to Central Park. And yeah, I thought it was just gonna be like a one-time thing. I thought, oh, the weather's nice, we're gonna play, we're gonna eat dinner, and that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good formula though. And I think we thought it was so good, we were like, why don't we do this again?
So then did we do it the next week after?
I assume so.
Maybe, yeah. I'm forgetting the exact details, but basically that was the start of it, and it just kept going until the summer and until the end of summer.
Yeah, so I was looking back at our end of summer slideshow we made for our last Frisbee meeting because it was getting too dark and it was getting too cold. And we counted at least 53 attendees across 18 meetings from April till what, September?
Wow, 18? I thought it was 17.
18 was on the slides.
Oh, there was like an asterisk, like official, right?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. But basically a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah, no, that's really impressive.
Yeah, we ran it almost every single week. And if it was raining, we would reschedule, or if you weren't available, I wasn't available, we still tried to run it.
Yeah, I remember, I think maybe for most of the summer, like Tuesday was our main day, but of course, like sometimes it'll like rain during the summer. So then we check the forecast and we're like, this week we're gonna do Monday, or this week we'll do Wednesday. There was this one time, I think like the entire week was raining. So then we did like a board games, like hangout instead of Frisbee. But besides that one time, I think a lot of it was outdoors and it was always Central Park.
Yeah, people were really committed. I think people I would not have expected to become regulars became regulars because they just really like the vibes. They like playing Frisbee, they like moving, they just like being outside.
Yeah, I feel like that's another thing too, is just like the activity we chose, like Frisbee is a really good activity to do with friends because it's very social. It can be as casual as you want it to be and very easy to learn.
I think that's the hallmark of it because people would come maybe even because they just want to hang out, they want to picnic, but they actually did end up playing Frisbee.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to like bring people in and say like, just join this team. And no matter if you're good or bad, it's like a team thing and you have other people around you. So you kind of rely on your team and it's very fun.
Yeah, I think the team nature of it brought people together. Oh, what's your name? We did name tags. At some point we did introductions. We did warm-ups where everyone threw it in a circle. I think it's easy to have some individual time or small group time if you're tossing with some people on the side. If you brought in a new person, we would kind of be like, hey, this is this person. And that person would kind of get integrated into the group. So I think it was really good for new people. And I think the energy helps loosen up your social inhibitions in a way that kind of alcohol would normally do. And
I think another big reason why people were drawn to like Frisbee Club is because it was like active. So I think like a lot of us are working like the whole day and a lot of us are like sitting or like in the zone. We don't get like as much movement unless we're doing some kind of sport, which not a lot of us were doing. So Frisbee was a good like barrier to entry to become more active and focus on like health and just be more active.
Yeah. I think at the time I was saying one thing that I really liked is there's a lot of different circles of like your health, your social life, maybe, you know, other circles, which I don't remember, but the fact that it ties in both, you know, social and your health and fitness makes it a really easy thing to say yes to. Because there would be days where I was like, oh, I don't really want to, I'm really tired, you know, I don't think I can play, but I'll show up because I want to see people. Or there's days where I'm tired of talking and seeing people, but I was like, I feel like I should still run around. So it was great.
Yeah, actually, I think I remember when we were running frisbee during the first year, you might have sent like some kind of Substack post or something saying that like maybe people are very busy, but in order to save time or make something worthwhile is you take two circles of things and combine it. So for a frisbee club, you have your friends, the social life, but maybe another circle you're trying to work on or like a goal is to be more healthy, be more active. And so in order to make it more effective, just combine the two. So frisbee club is a combination of both having like friends and community with some kind of physical activity and running around a little.
Yeah, it's the same allure as a run club, but I would argue that a frisbee club is almost even more accessible. And you bring together people who are better at frisbee and worse at frisbee on the same team.
Yeah, and I think it also helps when you are put with a team and you get to know that team first, like maybe a small group of 5, and then you build like your connections there, and when you go to the picnic blanket, you talk to your team more, and then open up to the larger circle where you start to recognize people like the more you come to frisbee club.
Yeah, I think one of the more beautiful things about frisbee is that for the most part, people were very, very friendly, very inclusive. I think we played a big part in curating that because obviously it was your friends and my friends to start, and for a good while it was only your friends and my friends, which was good and bad. Obviously for us it wasn't as good because I was just meeting your friends, you were meeting my friends, and we had to kind of, you know, make sure the vibes were right, because if you bring someone, you're a little bit responsible in your heart for making sure they're included. But for other people, you could definitely see how cool it is to meet all these different people, and they're kind of curated by me and you, and that, oh, if the vibes are, something's off, we can pull someone aside and be like, oh, can we do this and this and this? And we put a lot of effort in our debriefs into making sure the vibes are right.
That's true. Yeah, one thing I specifically remember is also like how to join our frisbee club. Like we had things like a group chat and an Instagram, but basically in order for you to get added to those things, you actually had to be brought in by someone who's already part of that community. So when we thought it was growing a lot larger and we wanted to make sure that the community was right, we would just encourage people to bring +1s. So like a new member would actually be someone else's +1. They would come, they would meet the people and see the vibes. And it was like, if you enjoyed like today's session and you wanted to come back, then we would add you to our group chat and of course like encourage you to come back like after you have tried it once.
Like we want people there because they want to be there, and if you want to be there, we will include you. And there's no, obviously we tell people when we say bring someone who you think is cool, and we mean that in a good way because, well, we hope that you wouldn't bring someone you don't think is cool. Well, you don't think is, that you do think is not cool. Let's put it that way. But I'd say that, you know, if our friends are our friends, then their friends would be good people, and their friends would be good people after that. And I don't think we had to do too much policing.
Yeah, and then I think especially towards the end, it grew very big. Like people started bringing their own friends, and maybe we get to meet a few new people that is not necessarily my friend or your friend. But yeah, it was very large, and towards the end of the summer, we were at almost around 30, maybe 40 people.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I think definitely 30. And I remember taking the group picture on our very last frisbee session, and it literally looked like a classroom.
Yeah.
Like there are rows of people, and it was just amazing how something like that started from a group of like 7 of us.
Right.
And it's not like we went into it knowing that it would grow to be 30 people. it's not like we knew we would do this for like 17 or 18 weeks, but we did, and the weather was great, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was very natural, it was very beautiful. It definitely took a lot of effort on our part, but I think it was fun, honestly. It's something I look forward to every week to say, how can we make this better?
Yeah, I feel like that is where a lot of our debriefing came from, is after we had that frisbee session, we would go back home, like shower, eat, whatever, and then go on a phone call to talk about like, how did it go today? Like, what did you like? What did you not like? What could be better? And just like how we need to change things for like next week or like going forward. And I remember in one of our slideshows that we gave, we had like a bunch of different like evolutions, because the club was changing a lot, but the idea of it remained the same.
Yeah, I mean, some of those evolutions were, let's say, oh, some of the frisbee people were a little more competitive, they're more good at it, they run harder versus other people who can't run as much, they're sweaty, they're not wearing athletic clothes. So we had like a casual side versus a more competitive side. And we also want to make sure the girls felt more included, and so we had some girls only games once we had enough people, because at first it was just one big game, and then after that we did 2 games, and at some point we might have had 2 games plus more people throwing on the side.
Yeah,
I sports.
Yeah, I don't remember if we actually ran 3 games at once, like maybe, but like as the frisbee club grew, of course we could run more games in parallel, so we were able to have those 2 modes, but it also definitely helps to just have more subs.
Right.
Like I think if more people join, then you can sub people out, you can have some people resting, you can also make the teams a little bit larger, so just good things there. And of course, yeah, good thing that we were able to play a girls only game. That was only at the end of that summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember one change that we made to make it more inclusive for girls is also if a girl caught the frisbee in the end zone, it would be worth 2 points instead of 1. So that made the game a lot more fun, maybe a lot more fair.
Right, yeah. I think all of it was in the spirit of, we want to make sure it's an inclusive club where anyone who is anyone can join and feel like this is a place for them. And we want to keep that balance. No matter you're more casual, you're a girl, you just want to chill, you just want to sit by the picnic blanket, and I think we did a good job.
Yeah, it was really fun. A lot of good memories. Yeah, what was your favorite memory from the first year?
First year. My favorite was our final frisbee session because, well, we got these made for us, surprise.
Yeah.
We did a whole slideshow. You made an amazing YouTube video.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness. I still haven't posted that on my main channel.
You should.
Yeah, which I definitely should, because it's fully edited.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a recap of basically what we're talking about now. In video form. It was so much fun. I edited that whole thing in like 3 days, maybe less than, which is crazy because I usually take a long time to edit things. But yeah, it was a great moment. And I was gonna say the same thing, like that, like last ending party of season 1 was my favorite memory.
Yeah. I think one thing I miss about frisbee is, I think it's been a while since I've just worked or had some purpose that was something maybe greater than me. Or my purpose is for other people versus, oh, back then you could say, oh, I was TAing in college, or I was working at HKSA trying to curate a club for other people, and frisbee was an outlet for me to say, oh, even if I'm not feeling today, I want to make a community for people. And it kind of kept me going every day, and that's why the last one was so special, because I felt I put so much into it, and I'd see people had made friends, they were hanging outside of frisbee, they're like hanging outside with our friends are hanging out without us. Isn't that so cool? And I just felt really appreciated in return.
Yeah, I feel like especially towards like the second half of frisbee, there were some like struggles that we went through. I think maybe we started to either get like tired or lose that spark we had in the beginning. and so we were struggling a little bit. But at the very end of the first summer, once we did that end of frisbee celebration, all the good stuff like came back to us. And I remember we were like running to set up for this. We had a cake for the celebration. We were so excited to just like wrap things up, and it was a lot of good energy. And we even had like paper plate awards for like our frisbee members, things like who is most likely to score points in the end zone or something like that, or most improved, or yeah, those kind of things. And it was very worthwhile, and it was a great time.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, just watching the compilation you made, it felt like, wow, it's so movie-like. It's so like adult life, and it feels like it's in motion. It's just so, I don't know, it's so beautiful what we did.
Yeah, I think it was very special, very special. I don't know that I've done something like that recently, or even seen something like that.
Yeah.
And of course, it was so great because we put so much into it, and very good time. Yeah, I keep saying that it was a great time, but it really was.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got a lot out of it, and you could say, Austin, what did you get out of it? And honestly, I'm just satisfied with, you know, everything we put into it, and the whole experience of learning to deal with all these things, and what we were able to give to other people too. So we finished year one, and then we moved on to year two. And I think, well, what were you thinking going into year two?
Yeah, year two, of course, I wanted year two to be a recreation of year one. I remember being a little hesitant about it because we wanted to do year two, but maybe more of like an advisor role and have someone new lead the frisbee club. Because coming out of year one, we knew that it was a lot to show up to every single frisbee, to organize, to have people come in, and also be able to invite new people into the circle. So overall, a lot of work. And for year two, I think both of us kind of wanted to step back a little. We wanted to be part of it, but not necessarily lead it or go to every single frisbee. So we were trying to look for someone new, but that part was definitely tough. So going into it, had some concerns, was a little bit worried, but we were still able to get a crowd out. But I would say year two was not as successful as year one, or not as successful as we had hoped.
Yeah, I think I was at a point where I was definitely pushing really hard and making, by the end of year one, trying to get us to the finish line, and do so in a very way where I felt like there was a good bow tie on it. It was a good ending for me. And I kind of told you that I think I had gotten everything I wanted to get out of frisbee. That one thing I learned in my Cantonese class today is like how to say, and something has like a ending, and I thought that was a good ending for me, like this phase of my life. And I still cherish frisbee a lot, and I wanted to be involved in some capacity, but doing the same thing over and reorganizing everything was a lot of work for us. I think you can say for you as well. And we had, at least for me, really accomplished most of my goals.
Yeah, I think that because of that, I was trying to find a new like co-lead, but it was a little bit difficult. So maybe that led to a less successful frisbee season. But I will say, during the second year we tried to do this, the weather was also very bad. Like a lot worse than the first year. And I'm not just saying this because I canceled a lot of them because of the rain, but that whole week would be bad weather. And of course I'm juggling this with like work travel or work events. So that made it tough to really continue on strong from the first year.
Yeah, there were a lot of factors. I think what I realized too is that without me being in it as much, Gloria still wanted to do it. It was hard for her to hold down the ship by herself. You kind of need a co-founder or co-conspirator or just someone else to motivate you and bounce ideas off or on your off days. Because I think in the first year of Frisbee, there'd be weeks where I wasn't as motivated or she was kind of also less motivated, but honestly, I would go to Frisbee just to see Gloria or just so we'd have a debrief after. And our friendship was something that was a big driving factor for me.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it, is just being able to have two people part of it. I think even similar to this, having two people do something makes for better accountability. And I think we can help each other up when the other person's down and inspire each other. And also, even if there are times where one person can't make it, at least a second person can. So filling in some gaps, I think, was very important. Which is why, at least for the second year, when we were both very occupied with a lot of things, it was definitely tough. And I think just for the second year, maybe the group didn't meet as much, or a lot of sessions did end up getting canceled, and there wasn't necessarily a clean ending to it.
Yeah.
Because the previous year, in year one, we actually had a very clean kickoff and end of summer celebration. It was a clear start and a clear end. But for the second year, we did the kickoff at your old apartment.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun, recapping the previous year, and there were some new people attending, but it didn't wrap up cleanly as much as the year before.
Yeah. I mean, you were saying we only did maybe 2 official sessions, is that right?
2 is a very low number. I'm not sure. Surely the group had met more than 2 times, right?
Okay, well, I wasn't there that many times. I don't know if you were.
I don't remember the count. I just know it was nowhere near the first year.
Right. I think, yeah, for me, going to year 2, one thing I was worried about is, okay, how do we make this sustainable if we were to do it? Because there's already so many people, and more people will bring more people, and the size was kind of getting out of hand. Because if you have a group of 30 people, how do you corral them? How do you forcefully organize games? How do you introduce people? Or how do you make sure people who aren't as comfortable around other people can also be welcomed at the club? And that's something where I just didn't know how to deal with. And also, I didn't really want as big of a club because it's just harder to feel a sense of belonging there.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it, is that for the first year, it started out small, it grew to a very big size. And then starting the second year, you're almost starting from that large number. So it's a lot of people. It's almost difficult to play Frisbee with a group that large. And then with that big number, you also don't really know who are active and who's willing to show up for the second year. So a lot more factors to figure out, and maybe we necessarily did not figure out.
Yeah. And I think one thing I was worried about too is you have the most committed people who are showing up because they love Frisbee so much, and they also have other friends in Frisbee. And so going to year 2, there's such a very clear in-group and out-group, as in, oh, if you bring someone new, how are they going to fit in with the in-group who's had a whole, I mean, not to mention, they were hanging out all winter in the off season too. And so it's not that, oh, they're not friendly people. It's how do you keep the same vibes as we're all different people who don't have any strings attached, and we're going to try to be friends.
Yeah.
And one other thing I just had a thought of as we were discussing is that we were trying to figure out who else could be a good leader for Frisbee instead of us, right? Do you remember how that search was?
Well, I originally wanted to do this whole process of tell people we're looking for a co-lead, then have people apply, and then do interviews, and then pick the best person for our community. Part of those steps which we might have done, but I think in the end there wasn't the specific person we were looking for. So
right, because ideally we would have had, okay, guy and a girl, because we want other people to feel welcome, and you kind of need one of each. And it was probably you were going to stay on and you just needed another person, but you also didn't want to stay on, so we would have maybe had to get two ideally. And I think realizing all of that, I just think we're almost irreplaceable, because if you just swap one of us out, I just don't think it works, because a foundation of frisbee is literally just our friendship.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, if you lose one of us, does that mean frisbee club dies?
Honestly, looking at year 2, maybe.
Maybe, but the factors were not very positive all around, I guess, like weather and...
Yeah. So what do you think about frisbee going forward, now that technically we're in year 3 and people are asking, can we play frisbee?
Yeah, I think we're in that part of the year where the weather is starting to look good, or we've had glimpses of definitely really good weather, where that day comes and I'm thinking about, wow, this would have been a great frisbee day, but we're just not doing that now. So I'm not exactly sure what frisbee will look like this year, but people have definitely been asking. Like, people are like, oh, are we doing frisbee this year? Like, when is frisbee starting? And I think it goes to show that people still care about it.
Right.
And I am starting to think about, like, what frisbee can look like this year. I mean, we're both in LIC, so if we were to do frisbee this year, I kind of wanted it closer to me. I think a part of why frisbee didn't work as well last year is maybe because I didn't live as close to the park. But I'm not sure. Gantry here is not the best for playing frisbee, so part of me thinks if we were to do it again, it would still be Central Park.
Yeah, I mean, it does make it accessible for more people, which is an important hallmark of frisbee. Yeah, I think we keep telling each other we want to empower other people in frisbee club to organize frisbee themselves. Oh, why don't you can just post? Like, I'm not gatekeeping it, but from this conversation, I'm learning that it is kind of very much in our hands, because we know what it takes, and if we want to do it, I'm sure we would get it done. But I think we both need to think for ourselves and between us, what does frisbee mean for us, and is there something we still want out of it?
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think it's because, like, we have the group chat, we have, like, the Instagram, we know people, and we have met even more people than when we have originally started. So I feel like we know what to expect, because we have seen, like, every version of a frisbee session. And I think you have your cones. Don't you have your cones?
Yeah, I do have my cones.
You have cones, you have multiple frisbees. I have a frisbee.
I have 2 picnic blankets now.
I have a lot of picnic blankets too. And we refined the process. Like, I always brought snacks and a speaker, and you got snacks and water. I
took some random pictures to post on Instagram.
So maybe the barrier to get it started is not as high. Yeah. And that's something we could start, but we could show up in the beginning, and if you really wanted to pass it off, you just pass it off. But you try to make sure you have a good start. Right.
It's just hard to genuinely pass it off, and I think we know a lot of what makes it successful and a lot of ways it can fail. And we started running into those, and it's just not easy to have someone take it over and deal with all the problems.
Yeah, I think it definitely takes a certain type of person. Like, their personality needs to be very specific. They also need to understand a lot of things about, like, social dynamics, and a lot of it is also understanding the friendships within the circle. And if you're new, you won't know how everyone's connected. Right. But obviously we know how people are brought in. We welcome everyone. We say hi, because when there is someone new to the club, we know they're new, because we don't know them. But you can't say the same for other people. So now I feel like if we wanted to do it again this year, I am slightly motivated. So we can start it. Might need to find someone to continue. But if you wanted to do the whole thing, it is a lot of commitment, and we know that.
Like, it looks really easy. We just show up and we bring stuff, but a lot goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, a lot is preparation, doing the actual thing, and then doing the stuff after the thing. And it's not like we're running a whole convention or an event, but it still takes a lot to build and maintain a community. So I think if we did it, of course it'll cost us like a little bit of energy, probably quite a bit of our time. But like that first year we did it, it was so good.
Yeah.
And like I haven't felt that in a while, so now it makes me almost want to go back. I think maybe just during the second year we were like, oh, we did it last year.
Yeah.
We're happy. We don't want to do it again because we know how much work it is going into it. And I think like at least for the second year, maybe we're not as passionate about frisbee anymore.
Right.
Like the sport itself, I lost passion. And partly it's because everyone in the circle got too good at frisbee, so I started to lose. But maybe now enough time has passed where you're interested in running it again.
Yeah, it's possible. I won't commit to yes or no, and I don't think you will either, but we'll think about it.
We'll think about it. I will say, if I like do run frisbee the whole summer, then how am I gonna go hiking in Seattle?
I'll take it.
You'll take the frisbee?
We'll see.
I can only go hiking in Seattle for so long. Like I can only miss like a week or two. Because I think like when we bounced it off the first year, we wouldn't miss too many in a row. Because then you lose part of it. Like you can only have so many misses before it's like starts to crumble a little.
It's consistency.
It is. And that was the good part about Frisbee Club is how consistent it was.
Right. You had something to look forward to every Tuesday. And if you didn't make it one week, we would tell people, oh, next Tuesday, same time and place, you can come.
Yeah. So fun. It was so fun.
I know. It was a great time, I have to say.
It was fun. Yeah, I mean, I would always be late. I would be like, you need to be at Columbus Circle at 6 p.m. And I was always like on the train when I'm like sending those messages. But it was nice to just have a space, see people, eat snacks, socialize, and run around a little bit. I mean, we didn't play Frisbee every time, actually. We played some other sports too, like soccer. I brought my lacrosse sticks. Taught people how to play lacrosse, so that was actually really fun.
Yeah. I think when I look back on it now, I almost forgot all these things about it. And I look back on it later in my life, I will still always think that Frisbee was one of the highlights of my life.
Really?
I can't believe we did that.
Yeah, I know. Now it feels like such a long ago memory, and only so much people know about it. And I mean, the whole point why I created a Frisbee Instagram was so that I could like document it and have it grow. And I think in the second year of Frisbee, that was like completely untouched. And like, I mean, not like I deleted the account, but it's not like it's active, but maybe the community is not dead. Maybe it was sleeping.
Okay, let's make a promise. We'll play Frisbee at least once. I don't know who will be involved, but we will play.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Next week.
Next week. Saturday?
Is the weather good enough now? Next week?
Honestly, you could have even done today. Like, you wear a sweater, you run around, you'll be warm.
I don't know what the weather is like next week, but sure.
Down.
Yeah. Central Park.
Central Park, She's Meadow. I haven't been there this year.
Oh, I also have not.
We should try it once at Gantry to see what it feels like, though.
I mean, Gantry is not as big.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's going to be thrown into the river.
Well, I just think the wind is a lot, too. It'll be cold.
Oh, yeah, the wind, it's pretty windy there, I think.
Are you going on Saturday to picnic?
To...
Hannah's?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Okay, I'll bring a Frisbee.
We'll play Frisbee on Saturday.
Okay.
Nice.
Chill. We'll just toss.
Yay. Yeah, I think it would be fun.
So, with all that being said, I wanted to ask you, we talked about Frisbee, we touched on run clubs. What do you think makes a community special, or a social club, or something like this, where it's a good one, where people continue to want to come, you have good people, it's very consistent, it's something you will sustain in the long term and look forward to?
Well, I have like the most generic answer, but I feel like it's the answer everyone always gives. What makes a community, or what makes this special, like blank special, is the people.
Okay, but here's my question to you. Obviously it's the people, but how do you make sure the people continue to be special?
Maybe it's the leaders.
The leaders are one of the only people who can control that.
Yeah, it's probably the leaders, because not only do they start and grow and maintain it, but they're a role model to everyone that joins. So I think maybe as long as you have good leaders, then you got a good community.
What do you do when your club gets to the point where, because obviously it's a social club that anyone can join in theory. You know, we kept it because you had to have someone bring you, but gets to a point where the leaders cannot control who is in the club anymore.
Yeah, and that's definitely something we start to notice, I think, when the club gets big. It's just, there's gonna be a lot of people. Like, the group is so huge, almost to the point where you cannot even say hi to everyone there. And there's definitely gonna be strangers, and you want to grow. At least I definitely want a community to grow. Maybe you like the smaller groups. But at some point, you can't really like vet everyone or say that I know this is like a person that can represent me well or can represent the community well. So it is hard. And I think just what you said, like, if you notice something in the community that feels off and is like not aligned with your values, you have to pull them aside and be like, oh, this is not what we encourage or welcome in the community. And as long as they don't like make that mistake, then I mean, they're welcome.
Yeah. Cheyenne shared a TikTok with me, and it was talking about, I think I also shared it with you, about what makes a community good or bad. And the theory is that if you have a club, social club, where the primary purpose is community itself, community for community's sake. Let's say I have a club that's, you know, the LIC, not even LIC, that's not a good example. Let's say it's the club. It's like the club where you just hang out with people. You know? Because when you think of a college, every club has a purpose, but there are clubs that are just, you know, social clubs, just for social club purpose. And if originally you'll have the leaders, and you'll have the leaders and their friends and their first degree mutuals they decide to bring in, and that works great, because kind of how our beginning frisbee were really great, because it's just people we've specifically curated, and that's good. Then you get the second degree mutuals come in, and it's probably also fine because it's second degree mutuals. The people you brought in were great, and the leaders can still curate and vet people, and that's good too. Then eventually it grows and grows and grows, and then the original people, maybe, you know, they've moved on for whatever reason, or maybe the new people come in and they're like not really vibing with them as much, or the club is too big, and so maybe they drift out of the club. But the new people keep coming in and the club still grows. At this point, you might have multiple people who come into the club. You have someone who is, let's say, I'm new to the city. I just want to make friends. So, you know, they come to the club, they make friends in the club, and once they've made the friends, they leave because they got their friends.
Yeah, I never heard that before, but when I saw that TikTok, I was like, that makes sense. It's a sad thing.
Right. And the conclusion is that, well, the other kind of people are, oh, maybe you're not socially aware, or maybe you're a little off-putting, something like that, and you join the club because, you know, you're just looking for some people, but, you know, maybe other people are a little off-put by you, and then slowly the club becomes more of these people, and then it's just not a place that a lot of people want to be. And that's how a club goes from being really great to somewhere maybe you don't want to go.
I think that's tough. I don't think we necessarily experience that because people weren't leaving Frisbee Club because they took friends and went to go do their own thing. That's not why. Maybe we stopped hanging out less, but I could see where that could happen in other situations. And yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen if we were to do it again.
Right. I think what made Frisbee Club great is that the type of clubs that do succeed are the ones that you're there for a purpose. You're at Frisbee Club because you want to play Frisbee, first and foremost, or just picnic or be outdoors, not just because it's just some people hanging out. Other good examples is rock climbing gym, church, maybe volleyball, where I think a lot of people make a lot of friends, and you stick around because you like the thing.
Actually, that just reminded me of a reason why Frisbee might be good. It's just because you need people to run like a game of Frisbee. If you're playing like Ultimate Frisbee, you need a group of, say, 10. And it makes it a very social and collaborative sport, which is why, at least for the activity, like, that is a good thing.
I think we were just tossing around the Frisbee for fun, then it's less of you're here to play Frisbee, you're just here to toss a Frisbee.
Yeah, I agree. But I think if we're trying to make the focus still be Frisbee, just the act of Frisbee needs to be fun. So it's hard to balance both a fun amount of Ultimate Frisbee and tossing. There's like a good balance you need.
Do you have any thoughts on future clubs you may want to do, join, or host?
Yeah, I was thinking about that a little because once you've done Frisbee, you've got the people and you have the community. If we did want to do another thing, actually it doesn't need to be Frisbee because it's not like us or the people there are like, I love the act of Frisbee. It's almost like we like Frisbee, but we also like the community and socialness. So like Cheese Club is something you could do. Like I might even say that I like cheese more than Frisbee. But I think it's still really nice to do something physically active just because it's different from what I do, at least in my day-to-day. So actually, I've been talking about run clubs. But, there's a million run clubs. We don't necessarily need another one. Maybe our run club is different. Like run and cheese. Run and cheese.
Run cheese.
Run and you eat cheese. But I will say if you wanted to do something a little bit more unique, there are definitely things. I think even in a previous episode, we mentioned that some kind of like makers or builders club could be nice, because if we focused the club on the activity of making and building, then we'll be surrounded by a lot of like cool ideas and stuff people work on and give us the inspiration that we felt like we were missing a little bit. So that's a nice idea that could be good.
Yeah, it'll bring people together who genuinely care about making and building, and if they know someone else who also does the same thing, they'll bring them in. And it's something that kind of you need inspiration from other people. It's something you don't want to just do alone.
That's true. Yeah, I was just about to say that I think like a makers club is not as collaborative as Frisbee because there's no team. You're not passing something around. But now that you're saying that, it's almost like you're bouncing off ideas and passing ideas. So I guess like ideation, brainstorming, and making something is collaborative.
It's like when people, that's why people have hacker houses. Or they have a bunch of startups co-located.
Yeah. LIC Hacker House.
Let's do it.
Doesn't need to be LIC, but it's just where we are and it would be convenient. But some kind of hacker house, maker, co-working space club.
Yeah.
And with all the AI and vibe coding and stuff, who knows what will come out from this stuff. I think it would be good for me. Good for me to join my own session. Like, once again, I feel like if we're gonna commit to something, you commit to something that you want to do yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like when we did frisbee, we just wanted to run around and throw things and exercise, so it just follows through.
Yeah, I would have done it if it was just with you.
Yeah. Any ideas that you wanted to make a club out of?
Not sure, but what if I started a frisbee club?
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that one.
I think we landed on it because it literally is such a good idea. There's just not a lot of things like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know another frisbee club that is social and accessible and within our friend circles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Besides the one that we did. I mean, it is very easy
It's
to
one of a kind.
bring a frisbee and throw it around. Of course, we add things that are nice to it, like snacks and picnic blankets. But essentially, all you need is one frisbee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did think about Mahjong Club before because I used to run Mahjong in college for our Hong Kong club, but it is very constrained on how many people.
Yeah, I mean, one game is only 4 people. That's very small. But then again, like, you like small group settings. So maybe a club of 5 people is actually what you need this year.
Yeah, I just like it because, well, Max isn't a Japanese Mahjong club, but I just like Mahjong because it is relatively accessible to anyone. You can tell anyone you want to play Mahjong. No one's like, no, I hate playing Mahjong.
I mean, I know some people who are like, it's hard to learn, but once you learn, of course, you can just play.
Yeah, you can show up the first time and then you'll be like, I know how to play. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Mahjong Club? LIC Mahjong Club?
That definitely already exists in multiple forms.
I don't know. I don't know one that's LIC specific. I know a lot of Mahjong clubs in the city, for sure.
Right. But I don't think it doesn't hurt to have a new Mahjong club because it's just Mahjong. It's not.
Yeah, you can easily run a Mahjong club of 5 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one thing I do want to do. I just want to play more Mahjong though, but I think it's kind of hard because it's a relatively static thing. You need 4 people and...
Why don't you just set it up here or message, hey, Mahjong today? And some 4 people will say yes, no?
That's true, but then it almost has to be a very similar group every week.
Who says that?
Well, because if one person comes in, that means one person got to go out. It's like a zero-sum kind of hangout.
Well, like, they can sit over there and eat their dinner.
Oh, okay.
There's only so much. There's only so many people that you can fit in this space, though.
At least 20, 30?
Okay, sounds like you're gonna run a Mahjong club of 20 people this year.
It'll just be the club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad we got to talk about Frisbee and finally debrief Frisbee as a whole together.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like any things we missed. I mean, mainly it was just like talking about year 1, year 2, and really, yeah, what you got out of it.
Yeah, I think we learned a lot about ourselves and how to organize people and social cues and everything. And I will always look back on it very fondly.
Yeah. Really special. Really special. And we can bring it back.
We could bring it back, or you could bring it back.
Viewers like you could bring it back. Run it back.
Please email gloriamoon@aol.com.
I don't check email, so like that is the worst. You can meet me at the Pepsi Cola sign and tell me how much you love Frisbee.
She'll be there tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.
I will not.
By the time they've seen this, yeah.
Oh, by the time you're seeing this, maybe I will.
We'll be at Gantry for a picnic on Saturday. It will already have passed, but you can come see us at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
So like the Saturday of the past.
Yeah.
So only if they time travel can you meet us at the park.
Well, we're only 1 week ahead, so like we have no videos in the backlog.
I'm scared. But yeah, come meet us at Gantry in the past. Or comment down below what clubs you want to see. And if that's frisbee, say frisbee 2026.
We hope that you are also inspired to found your own club or think about the clubs that you're in and why they're good or why they work or why is a meetup good or bad.
Or why it didn't work. I'm curious.
I'm curious too. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Comment down below so we know you're watching this, because I don't want the comments just to be me and him.
I'm not even in the comments.
Well, now I'm making him comment so we can expand our reach, but please comment. And we should say thank you to, specifically, this is from year 1 of Frisbee. So thank you to the year 1 Frisbee members who made this custom Frisbee. And these are the signatures on the back. I don't know if we can show this, because like, what if this is like their bank signature?
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of them. I don't know if you can see. But so much joy from looking at these names.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, I forgot these people are even at Frisbee.
Did you forget they exist?
No.
Okay, you
don't
better
tell them
not.
that.
But yeah, I don't like this photo of me, but
I look kind of cool in this one.
yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yes,
The Bigfoot.
comment down below that you tuned in, and we'll see you at the next debrief.
Bye.
See you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.